Hi, George Bruno here, also known to many as the Sultan of Silver, with some tips on what I think is the best haircut for the guy with thinning and receding hair. Stay tuned. First of all, thanks for watching. I appreciate you hanging in there with me. Let me give you some tips for thinning and receding hair and the best kind of haircut if you are a guy that has thinning or receding hair. And you know that has nothing to do with age, because some people can start thinning and receding at 17 years old. Some people have full heads of hair at 60 years old. I started losing my hair, started receding and thinning on top when I was in college. 21, 22 years old. I'll never forget a gal looking for me in the cafeteria, and she spotted me. She goes, "I knew it was you because I saw your bald spot." Now, I guess when you're 21, 22 years old, there's not a lot of people with bald spots. But I have a spot on top that's thinner than most. I'll show it to you. Take a look. I don't know if you can see that. Anyways, that's been there since I was just a young man. What's interesting is, at that rate of brushing and combing my hair, I thought by the time I was 30 or 40 that I was going to be completely bald. Which is weird, because I couldn't even grow a real beard back then either. It was very patchy. You've seen those pictures on Instagram. If you go to @GeorgeABruno, you'll see pictures of me when my hair was black and when my beard was black. It's interesting, if anything. One of the things I like to do as a hair professional, and I've done thousands and thousands of haircuts, thousands and thousands of beards, thousands and thousands of straight razor shaves, thousands and thousands of facials. I've worked with thousands of women, beautiful supermodels, many who are on the front of the biggest magazines. If I told you their names, you would know exactly who they are. If I showed you pictures, you would know who they are. And some of them are even watching right now. I worked with them. Actually, a couple of them I actually dated. So kind of a little interesting tidbit there earlier in my life. What's interesting now is, if you take a look at my hair, I am thinning, I am receding. It's not the full head of hair that I had when I was younger. And I like to do what I call organic haircuts, which means there's not a lot of stuff in it. I don't load it down with all kinds of pomades, creams, sprays. I don't do a lot of wet cutting. I like to do dry cutting. So when people come and sit in my chair, male or female, I'm kind of like the dry cut guy. That's part of what I call my organic haircuts, because I like hair that moves. I don't like hair that I have to slick down. I would say that 95% of barbershops and salons today don't give organic haircuts. People walk out with shitted up and slicked hair, hair that does not move. I like my hair. I like how it moves. I like getting out, doing a quick blow dry, a towel dry, or just doing this until it dries. And then, for me, all I do is just kind of sweep it over. But I have an organic haircut. Now, where I got this done, if you want to know where I got this done and you live in the Philadelphia area, I can give you the place where to go to get this kind of haircut done if this is your style, if this is something you like. Now, by organic and receding and thinning, what I mean is this. Like, for instance, when most people recede, these areas go back first. This area kind of loses hair. You end up like with this widow peaky kind of thing. What you don't want to do is use this hair to comb over that hairless area, because you're not fooling anyone but yourself. So what you do is, the best place to put apart is find out, look at, now watch when I go like this, when I spread that out. The best place to put apart is right in the middle. See that U-shaped thing right there? That's where you part. So you part with your fingers. If I want to get more formal, I will take a comb and literally part it. One side up, one side down. I might spray something on it. But the organic haircut doesn't focus on parts. The organic haircut doesn't focus on product. That's key. The newest trend, I would say, in the past 5 to 7 years is to slather shit on your hair. And then when you get home and wash it the next day, it never looks the same way that it did when you were in the salon or the barber shop. So this is what I like to do. Now, if you like this haircut, let me tell you what I asked for. I wanted a gentleman's cut with a gentleman's taper in the back. which means it comes up from skin. What didn't happen was they didn't take these and go and created a line. I'm not a big line guy when it comes to hair. I'd rather have it just kind of taper up naturally. Some people call it fade. That's a new word. Like someone says, I want a fade, a skin fade, a two fade, or fade it up. It's actually, the word is actually tapered. But for you new guys, I'll give in and I understand what you mean by fade. Now, when I give a haircut, when I give organic haircuts, and I would say I gave 4 bad haircuts in my lifetime as a hair professional. The one thing that those 4 bad haircuts had in common were that I did exactly what the person told me to do. Sometimes the guy or the gal behind the chair knows best, but there's times where you sense that people are really firm and they want what they want, and you give it to them and you know it looks like shit, but they're happy with it, and that's all I care about. Are they happy with it? My organic haircuts are based upon shape of your face, the forehead, the length of your neck. Do you even have a neck? You ever see some guys that are more like this? There is no neck. Okay? The length of your neck is super important with the shape of a haircut. Super important. Their habits. People's habits. How much time do you want to spend? I don't like spending any time. That's why I grew a big beard. I get up in the morning and go like this, and the longer it was, it just kind of hung down. Even if I woke up and it was out here, just shaking it, the gravity just kind of pulled it down. So for big bearded guys, gravity is your best friend. For guys that want organic haircuts, and I want you to seriously think about this, whether you are receding or not, but today we're talking about receding. My organic haircuts only have a few elements. I use shears, a straight razor, a simple comb, and a spray bottle. That is it. I will use electric detailers to actually detail around the ears. If there's facial hair, I will detail that as well. These are Andis Slimline Pros. These are my favorite. It's a lithium battery, which means it stays full power until it dies. It doesn't peter out for the last 20 minutes. I'm going to put the link below. You're going to love this. It is the choice of all hair professionals. It is a professional level. You will not get this at Walmart, Walgreens, or wherever else. I'm going to put the Amazon link. It's an incredible thing. It can be zero gapped, which means you can get right down to the skin. As a matter of fact, I actually shaved with this today, which means I just did my whole face, which is just barely stubble. And I just kind of shape the goatee every couple days. That's all. So, but it's called the Andis Slimline Pro, the Slimline Pro Li, which means lithium ion battery. I will put the link down below. My comb of choice is the YS Park. I've been telling you this for years. It's the best. I find it to be the best comb out there. This is one of my oldest ones. The teeth are not bent. It handles heat, chemicals. It's incredible. It's got the thick side. It's got the leading tooth on it. It's got the fine teeth on it. It's great for beards. It's great for hair. I love this thing. These shears right here are my Dragon shears. You're not going to afford these. These are a couple $1,000s, but I can leave links below if you want to get something that's more affordable and something that's in your range. And then as far as the straight razor is concerned, this is a Dovo Shavette. I use this to thin hair and to do a final kind of once around with hair. You'll see it's got a long blade on it, but I usually use the red insert, but it's got this right there. See those little bumps? It's a guard that keeps the blade from getting too close to the skin, and I will texturize a person's hair with it. But I'll put that link down below for this. This is what we used at the when I worked in the damn mall, and I won't say the name of the place. You know where it is. But I hate the place, but I love this. But this is the kind of thing we used. I've been using this for probably, I think I was turned on to this about 12 years ago. Anyways, the organic haircut for the receding guy. This is, I started out with a 3 going up. Rock it out before the head curves. You'll notice that on a haircut. From this area here, right here, this is where my head departs from the comb. See that plane right there? Until here. So there's a 2-inch horseshoe around the head. That determines whether you have a good or bad haircut. A good stylist or a good barber will know what to do with those 2 inches. If this gets cut too short, ends up sticking out, and you got to put more shit on it, or let it just, you got to wait 2 to 3 weeks so you can kind of mat it down. They left this long so it lays down. Cowlicks are the other thing too. I have a wicked cowlick in the back, which means that if that gets cut too short, I end up with this rooster tail sticking up. The person who cut my hair, if you want to know who she is, because I'm not like one of these nuts that says you have to sit in my chair and my chair only. I know I'm not for everybody. But if you want to sit in a woman's chair, who I think is one of the most beautiful women in the world, then I will message me and I'll let you know who she is. She's quite incredible. So here's the deal. When cutting cowlicks, picture a wagon wheel being lower down in your head. The hub, the middle of the wagon wheel, is at the middle of the cowlick. And what I do is, when I'm doing an organic haircut, if your head is right here, I'm going up each spoke to the middle of the hub, okay? What I'm not doing is mowing down the cowlick. Now learn this so you know the language to talk. When you talk like this to a barber or stylist, they don't get away with just giving you the generic haircut. They instantly think, man, this person knows what they're talking about. And I want you to know what you're talking about when you go and get your hair done from somebody. If you want to sit in my chair, I would be honored. You will always get a perfect organic cut. Now, my cuts, I don't like putting a lot of shit on. That's why I like spray bottles. I've always said this right here, these 3 things: spray bottle, comb, scissors are my 3 best friends. That's all I need. I can cut your hair and make you look like a movie star, even if you don't normally look like one, with those 3 things. You don't need a lot of stuff. That's what an organic cut is. Now, when I wake up in the morning, I will towel dry. I will move this hair just a little bit. I don't do a hard part. I just kind of do this, kind of like a loose part. And then if I'm going somewhere and I know I'm going to be on camera, I will spray it because I still want the volume. I don't want to slick my hair down. Hair always looks a little bit better, tighter on the sides than it does on the top. And that's key for a generally handsome look. Even women who prefer short hair, this is a perfect haircut for them. I do a ton of pixies and a ton of short haircuts on women, because you guys know that I do women's hair as well, and hair extensions. What you want, and I'm kind of hoping that the rest of 2017 and all of 2018, that I can spread the phrase organic haircut. If you want to use product, you can. But the product that I love using is water. Water. Water is your best friend. That doesn't mean I do a wet cut. I want you to come to me with clean hair. If you come to me or your stylist or barber with your hair all shitted up with whatever pomade, and this is nothing against the pomade companies, because I love every single one of them, and I think they all have a place and they all play a role in the handsome and beauty world. If I can't style your hair with a spray bottle and a comb, then I did something wrong. If I need shit to kind of put your hair somewhere, I did something wrong, because I want you to wake up tomorrow morning looking as handsome as I made you today. As a matter of fact, I've had people say to me, I'm getting married in 2 weeks. Should I come to you a week ahead of time? I'm like, why? Do my haircuts have a delayed reaction? Do you look handsome like a week after? I never take too much hair off. The goal is this, is to make you look handsome and beautiful when you leave my chair. Haircuts aren't, I don't cut so they get better a week from now. There's no like delayed handsome reaction. Keep that in mind, okay? So next time you go, you now have vocabulary. You have a glossary inside your head of what to ask for. I never ever like clippers going up past the parietal ridge, which is that 2-inch horseshoe. This needs to be cut with scissors. If the clippers go up too high, you end up with a horseshoe porcupine around the head that you got to slather crap on. Do you understand? And then a nice even cut on top with shears, and then a taper in the back, which means it comes up from skin. I hope that helps. If you have any questions, ask down below. If you have any comments, I'm going to put links to all the equipment down below as well, for those that are hair professionals in the industry, because I am an educator as well, and I can help you do great organic haircuts. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. You have a lot of choices, but you chose to watch me. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up. Come on, man, you can do it. I know. And also, forward the video to someone who you think would appreciate it. That would be really, really awesome. Have a great day. Thanks.